This episode of the Smoking Simian podcast is brought to you by Life Boost Coffee. Bing! Guys, there's not enough I can say about Life Boost Coffee. I just got my bundle in, and, it's phenomenal. It really is. It's like there's no acidity, still plenty of caffeine, right? Because, if your coffee isn't getting you ready for the day, and giving you that little bit of energy that we're looking for, then it essentially is useless. But if it can do it in a healthy way, then that's way better, right? Is that not a plus? So I can't say enough about Life Boost Coffee. I got the dark roast ground. You get 3 of these in the deal we're running. You get 3 of these, and it's half off your first order. And they give you the option of dark roast, light roast, medium roast, if you like it. Ground, I like it ground myself. I don't have any way to ground the beans, but if you do, that's great as well. It's shade grown, all in one location, right in South America. They believe in sustainable farming. They believe in fair trade and fair wages for their farmers. Everything's hand-picked, gourmet beans, premium, top quality stuff, and they do a real good job of having like real quality control, top quality control, because there's no mycotoxins, no metabolites that'll give you health, could be a detriment to your health in the future. So we all love coffee, people. We all love it. Why not have something that we put in our body that just feels good and is good for you, and it tastes great, very low acidity. Sometimes you get that coffee and you're like, ugh, 10 minutes after you drink it, it's like you just swallowed a lemon or something. So this nothing like that. Non-GMO. This is pure quality cafe, people. So make sure you use my promo code. I don't have a fucking promo code. What's the matter with me? Make sure you use my link below. It's in the description of the podcast. You get 50% off your first order. Life Boost Coffee, people. Try it out. We are also brought to you by obsessiveaggression.com. Obsessive Aggression, my brainchild, my first true business. Super excited to bring this quality product to you guys. 16-ounce boxing gloves, my design, my colorway, and the quality is phenomenal. Like I said before, I've gone through plenty of different wholesalers and testing out gloves, and these ones are great. These ones look great. There were some I didn't even order just because of how they looked. These ones, I ordered them, and I tried them out for a few days, and I was like, these are good. They last, they're comfortable, and they protect your hands. That's what we're doing right now. This is the beginning stages, people, so if you're in need of just some great quality 16-ounce boxing gloves, whether you like to hit the bag, whether you like to spar, you hit pads, you go to cardio kickboxing, whatever. They're really great quality. So make sure you check out my website. It's also going to be in the description of the podcast, www.obsessiveaggression.com. Get obsessed. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the Smoking Simian podcast on this lovely Monday, second Monday of the month of February. We're flying through it, people. We are flying through. We got the Life Boost coffee on the table, as you heard before. Very, very, very happy about that. We got the sheep dip in hand. There's a storm outside, so I'm happily hunkered down in this lovely basement studio of mine. Thank you guys for bearing with me through this whole learning process, because as some of you know, last week there was no video version of this. And it was something that I wasn't going to be able to fix unless I just went and re-recorded everything, which wasn't going to happen. So it had to do with the way the camera setting was. And now, the way I'm looking at it right now, it looks great. It looks better than my past episodes. And what was happening was it was like switching. Like the setting was on auto, so it would switch. And anytime one of us moved forward or back, the light would hit us a little bit differently. So it ended up getting glitchy with the video, because I record the audio and the video separately. So thank you guys for bearing with me through this whole learning process. I love, it's frustrating in the moment, obviously. I love that I'm still learning stuff, though, and it's all just a trial by fire. Like, I was super excited to get that episode up, and it did kind of take the wind out of my sails, but then I was like, you know what? Fuck it, no video episode this week. There's nothing I can do. At that point, there was nothing I could do. If there was something that I could do, then I would have absolutely done it. But yeah, I'm happy with the way it came out still, and I'm happy that now I've figured out the pretty much go-to setting, or whatever you want to call it, on the camera. So on the two cameras. Also, if you're watching the podcast this week, you can tell that at least this episode has a different angle on myself, because I keep fucking with them. I don't know. I want to see what the best one is. I think I like the one before this, because I'm like looking up at the camera. Like, it's weird a little bit. But whatever. We're rocking with it for this episode. I hope you guys didn't lose too much money in the Super Bowl. Right? The Super Bowl. The fact that Tom Brady is just... The fact that he's 42 or some shit like that, and he has... I saw a stat the other day that it said the percentages of, like, some of the greatest sports players of all time to do things. Like, Steph Curry hit a three-pointer, and Ted Williams to, get a hit. And the top one, the percentage was Tom Brady going to the Super Bowl, and it was like 47.5%. Like, half the time he's going to go to the Super Bowl, regardless of what team it is. And it's just absolutely fucking crazy that anybody in the world would ever say that some other football player is the GOAT. Like, it's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. I would love to sit here and have somebody argue with me that fact, because it's absolutely impossible. Like, even the guys that argue it on TV or on the radio shows, they can't believe it. You think those guys actually believe that Tom Brady isn't, like Max Kellerman? You guys don't think Max Kellerman actually believes that, like, Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers and Andre Iguodala and all these guys are really the answer to some of these questions that he's getting answered, right? Or asked. Granted, I guess I kind of agree with the Iguodala one. I don't know much about basketball, but I've heard that Steph Curry's, like, I don't know, a little gun-shy in the moment. Like, he gets flustered. But that's not what I'm talking about. Tom Brady he's got to be one of the best athletes of all time. Like, that's the conversation. If it comes down to straight championships, then he is. I mean, aside from, like, Serena Williams, or I don't even know who else. There's probably some other guy that did something great. But it's not off straight championships. It never was, or else Bill Russell would be the best athlete of all time. And he's got, I forget how many rings, 13 or some shit. But I saw Tom Brady put a Instagram video up in preparation for the Super Bowl. I haven't watched it yet. It hasn't happened yet. But it was talking about the pursuit of perfection, because there's obviously no such thing as perfection, but there is the pursuit of it, and that's just kind of a testament to the journey of things. If the closest thing to perfection is Tom Brady's, like, postseason play, you know what I'm saying, over the span of time that it's been. Floyd Mayweather, again, pretty much perfect. Like, he might be the actual embodiment of a perfect career, almost. Like, you can count on maybe two hands, maybe, that, the amount of times that he got hit hard in front of us, at least. It could happen in sparring or whatever, but you can count on your hand. But it's the relentless pursuit, the relentless pursuit of perfection. And that was super fucking interesting to me, because a lot of us are just, we're not even striving for perfection. To even be on the wavelength, to be like, I want everything that I do, it needs to all be perfect. That, I've also read somewhere that being a perfectionist is a detriment. And that makes sense, because, sometimes you just got to put the thing out. Sometimes you got to just do the fucking thing. And when you start to get wrapped up in the idea of perfection, I feel like it can be super fucking detrimental. Because nobody's perfect. But I understand. I resonated with the post because it's like the pursuit of it, just the attempt to try and get something perfect. Depending on how critical it is in your life, is a. But before you can even get perfect, you need to get somewhere. You need to get the ball rolling, right? And that just starts with getting something started. And that's where I think perfection gets fucked up. Like for me, I want all my podcasts to kind of have continuity. They don't, because, this is obviously a different camera angle, and sometimes the video doesn't work or the audio's fucked up or something like that. But I still put it out because it's just a part of what I'm doing. And there's times where I just can't avoid it. I just have to do it. But I do strive for things to go according to plan. I do strive for things to be more or less perfect, And sometimes they are, but perfection is obviously timeless. Like, if you're perfect all the fucking time. So it's impossible. It's obviously impossible. That's the point I'm trying to make. But there's something to be said about the mindset it takes to be driven enough and care about something enough to strive for perfection and to strive to be great. Now, perfection and success are not necessarily correlated, right? Because, as I keep saying, it's impossible. But what is evident is that perfection is it's a driving factor in the levels of success, I would think, right? Because the best of the best of the best are perfect for a while, like for a period of time. That's why Tom Brady is like, it's 20 plus years, bro, and you're still playing football. His family's like, God damn it, you don't spend any time with us, all you do is fucking play that game. He's out there, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. In his leggings, in his Uggs. He don't wear leggings. He might wear leggings. Those are the best things to work out in. Like those man leggings, whatever they are, those compression pants. I like those a lot. But, so yeah, why the fuck wouldn't Tom Brady wear them? Everybody wears them. But he's just out there slanging. I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't care. If he does, and I know I'm speaking as if it hasn't happened yet. The Super Bowl already happened for you guys. And I'm sure you guys were thinking this. If he goes and does what the fuck he does, and they win the Super Bowl, it's like, holy fucking Christ, bro. Holy fucking Christ. But again, the best of the best in anything are. It's just a complete different mindset. They are perfect for a while, right? Khabib hasn't been beat, hasn't lost, maybe lost one round to Conor. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't, and then beats him completely, like submits him. Super crazy. It's just an interesting thing to me that there's a group of people in the world that want to, they just check off the name. Yes. Yep, beat that one. All right, let's beat them. Like, that competitive. And I would just love to pick the brain of, like, a great, you know what I'm saying? Just to be like, did anything else matter? Like, was it all completely worth it? You feel me? Anybody that was super proficient at anything. And I guess I'm kind of referring to sport. Because if you just talk about people who are proficient in life, and are those perfectionists, then most of those people are the ones who were revolutionaries, and I'm sure that they would all say that it was worth it. Unless it was like, I don't know, cigarette companies or something. Maybe they have a little remorse. But, as far as like sports players and people who just strive for accomplishments, I would want to know, is it like, was that greatness and glory just all completely worth it? And I'm sure that most of them would say yes. I'm sure that they would. Like, I would just want to know when they decided, like, hey, I'm not only going to be good at this, I'm going to be really fucking good at this. And I'm not even only just going to be that. I'm going to be the fucking best at this. Like, I'm going to be the best. You understand me? Nobody's stepping in my way. And and it's crazy because we all come from the same place, not necessarily, socioeconomically or, environmentally or whatever. But we all come from people. We're people. We come from people. We all think certain things at certain times, and we all act differently. But our brains operate the same way. And there's a lot of the same things we do. That's why comedians are funny, because they bring up things that we all do. I remember a joke by George Carlin. He's like, you guys ever notice when you open up a loaf of bread, a sliced bread, and you can't take the bread off the top. You gotta go down 6 or 7 slices to get to the good bread. Like, that's funny because everybody does that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit's funny. So to take a person who's obviously on another level when it comes to their mentality, to take a person that's just another person, a human that bleeds, that breathes air, the same air we do, and talk to them and just be like, what the fuck? When did you decide that you were just going to be the best? When did you decide that you were going to be the best? And because it's such a honestly, it's a childlike thought process. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you become an adult, you lose that fire of being, the greatest or something. Like, just to say, I'm going to be the best, Dad, I'm going to be the best baseball player in the world. Yeah, and then you actually go and do it? Like, hold on. I had to take a sip of the sheep dip. But to actually go ahead and do that shit is nuts, because you almost had to have never lost that childlike, feeling. That feeling of, hey, I'm actually going to be the best. Like, I wonder, that's another thing I'd wonder. If it's like, would you think of this as a kid? And if you did, like, that's even crazier. Like, as someone who wants to be really good at everything and wants to be successful at things, and at times does strive for perfection, but not to the point where I would be the best at anything. At least I don't think, unless it was like I ended up being the best by accident. But, we all want, I should rephrase that, we all want to be very proficient in our craft. We all, and some of us just end up being the best. That's almost what I think. It's not like it's luck, but some people just end up being the best. Like, they just end up there. That's what it seems like from somebody who's observing. But obviously, just become the best on accident. And another thing that really sets aside those people are the ones who, like, you realize that there's only one. Like, the best, there's only one. Like, there's only one. There's one position to be the greatest of all time. Good luck. Good luck getting that motherfucker. And you end up being in the conversation, that's great. And, people have heavy arguments for other contenders to be the greatest of all time in different disciplines. But, just to, I couldn't imagine that. Just to be told you're the greatest. You are the greatest. You were the greatest. You are the greatest. And that's it. So, Tom Brady, I'm not bitter, motherfucker. I don't know if you won. I don't know if you lost. But regardless, as a guy who's getting ready to watch the Super Bowl in probably about a half hour, I am going to be rooting for him. Because I think it's fucked up if you've been a fan for what he's done for New England, and just because he left to go get treated better and, probably make more money, get more weapons, do what the fuck he wants to do, essentially, then you're fucked up if you're bitter about that. Why would you care? He did so much for us as sports fans, But either way, Super Bowl weekend came and went, just like, every other fucking event. At least I feel. Every other holiday and event. It's just like, whoa. But the thing is I almost didn't even really watch football this past season. Not much, you know. Definitely watch Super Bowl because it's like whatever. But what time is it? 6. Damn, I kind of want to make a couple prop bets. I'm not sure if I'm gonna because I'm contemplating leaving my job again. I keep joking around. It's like I'm gonna have a show called Where's Antonio Working This Week? Ho ho ho. Listen, guys. This past week was tough. It was tough. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm obviously still in good spirits, but this past week was tough. Working a job that's 40 hours is it's rough. It's rough for a guy like me. It is super tough. I feel. I just feel restricted. I feel super restricted. I'm being essentially told when to go to sleep, when to wake up, right? Because I'm not going to stay up late if I have to be up for 7 in the morning, whatever time I wake up. I want to get a good night's sleep, so I'm being told when to eat. Basically going on lunch. I'm being told when I can work on my podcast, when I can work on obsessive aggression. It's like I've put too much time. I've invested too much time and too much money into these other things to go ahead and work 40 hours a week and do this part time. It's just not going to work. So I'm going to stop kidding myself with the 40-hour a week thing. Oh, I'll work 40 hours. I'll make decent money. And the thing is the money's not even that good. And it's a super fucking boring job. Like, it's boring. But my idea was like, all right, I'm an animal, right? I'm going to work 40 hours a week, work this meaningless, soulless job that just sucks the life out of me. I didn't say it like that, but that's what it ended up being. I'm going to work this 40-hour a week job, easy, mindless, but soulless and miserable, and my mind isn't in it. My mind is absolutely a million other places. And, I'm going to do that. And then at the end of the day, after I've been completely sucked out of all my creative energy and desire, I'm going to then go to the gym, right, which I normally do. Go to the gym, lift my weights, do my thing. And then at night, I will continue to do podcasts and obsessive aggression brand stuff. So that was absolute bullshit on my part. Like, that's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Not to mention, I'm not really making a lot of money at this job. And it sucks because these people are very nice and the job is very easy, but it's too many hours. If it was half the hours, I would 100% stay. But I'm realizing now that I have to spend my time on this stuff. I have to. Like, if I want to get any of my goals, all I did was talk to you guys about goals for the last week, the last couple weeks, probably all of December of 2020, and I've been attacking them. I've been trying, and I've been faltering, but that's what goals are for, to see where you stand. But it's like, if I'm gonna achieve any of those things on there, I'm more concerned with my goals. I'm not super concerned with my ability to pay the bills or my ability to work or any of that shit, because I'm the type of person, I'll make it work. Like, I'll get some money, I'll pick up some extra shifts at the restaurant. Like, that's the other thing, is I'm still at the restaurant too, so I'm working 40 plus, like, far more hours than I really want to be. And it's not a lazy thing. It's not. It's just a mindless. It's the fact that I'm spending so much time on this mindless job that it's not going to get me anywhere. Really, it's not. It might help me pay my bills, but it's not going to get me anywhere at all. So, I'm planning on transitioning out of that job, just because of the way it makes me feel. And I got, I had a feeling on Friday, right? I had a feeling on Friday that I didn't like, right? So I've always preached my whole life that days of the week shouldn't influence your mood, right? Oh, it's Monday, god damn it. Oh, it's Tuesday, still the beginning of the week. Wednesday, all right, get over the hump, week's almost over. Thursday, oh, we're like on the doorstep. And then Friday is like your salvation. The day goes by quick, you feel good. And then, Friday night, yeah, Saturday night, Saturday day, whatever the fuck. And then Sunday comes, I gotta go to work. Work tomorrow. I hate that shit. I hate all that shit. And on Friday, that's how I felt. I felt every one of those days. Monday and Tuesday, I was like hopelessly miserable. I was like, oh, this sucks. I barely ate on, I think it was Tuesday. I barely ate. I had a stomach ache and a half, headache. I didn't even lift because I felt sick. And ended up fucking me this week. But either way, and then Wednesday, it's like, oh, at least it's the middle of the week. And then Thursday, and then Friday. Friday was where I really felt it. I was like, wow, I cannot be more happy to get 2.5 days out of this job. And I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that feeling. I didn't. I mean, happiness is happiness, especially for the being shitty and miserable for, at least half of the week. I'll take any piece of happiness, right? As long as it's not super toxic. But it really is. It is, right? You live 5 days of your week, or, maybe 4 for some of us. The majority of your week is you wishing that it was the next 2 or 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Like, the majority of your week is like wishing and hoping that it's over. And that's no way to live. The way that I've been feeling, through the quarantine and the COVID and all that shit, I've been feeling free. I've been feeling like I can go do whatever the fuck I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can just go and do whatever I want. I can get up and go eat lunch whenever the fuck I want to, and then I can go back to work. Then I can, and it's just, I've gotten addicted to that, and it's shown me another side. And since I've already started these things, and the goal is to make it so that this is what I do for a living, there's no time for me to really fuck about. There's no time for me to try and work 40 hours at a place and then come home and still have the creative desire and creative energy to do anything. And the reason why it's toxic is because, like I said, the majority of your week is you miserable, or close to miserable, maybe upset. Miserable is a heavy word, but you feel shitty. You feel shitty for most of your goddamn week, and then you look forward. There we go, 2-3 days, relax. I can relax. I can do whatever I want because I don't have to be at that job, right? I don't have to be there, and it's not good. It's not good. It just fucks with your emotions, and then Sunday night comes and you're miserable again, right? So I've already expressed to my girlfriend where it's like, hey, I'm gonna figure it out with the money. Don't worry about it. I'll have my half of the bills ready to go, plus my bills all paid, plus we'll be able to have some fun and leisure time and all this shit. Like, I'm gonna figure it out. But right now, I need to spend as much time on this stuff as I can. And that's really what I'm concerned with. Even the fact that I'm, like, if it was up to me, I would just not show up tomorrow. Dead ass. And just start brand new. But I'm going to work a couple more weeks there. I am. I'm just going to stack up a couple checks, and then that'll be it, and that'll be good. So that's what's going on in my fucking life, people. That's what's going on for me. I'm super excited for the months coming. We're working on guests. Right now. Now I'm starting to kind of expand into people that I know of but haven't spoken to on a just kind of a one-on-one level. So this week we're going to have a returning guest. I'm not going to say who it is, but I'm happy to have him on because February's been the month of it was hard for me to get some guests, and it's also been the month for me to kind of experiment with how I can work with what I have, because don't get me wrong, I'm always trying to get new people on here, but sometimes it's good and sometimes I have to compromise and just have people that I've already had on. And as long as we can have a good conversation, then it really doesn't fucking matter, right? So guests are the big thing. This week is going to be returning guests, but I'm hoping the next 2 weeks are going to be some new people. And then March, I have some good stuff lined up. So that's what's going on with me. I got to do some obsessive aggression stuff. I got to get some business cards printed, visit a few gyms, you know what I'm saying? But again, I can't do all this. I can't do these things if I'm working 40 hours a week. It's impossible. I'm not going to be able to drive to different gyms and introduce myself like I really want to and get the word out about the brand, you know? Not only does it take up so much of my physical time, but it takes up so much of my mental time, right? I have to be I have to be in this van driving paint around. Like, mentally, my brain is just in orbit. It's in other places. It really is. It's just thinking about all the stuff that I'm behind on in terms of my podcast, my brand, because of the job, right? It's just me thinking about, oh, God damn it. Still, I had the plan to do the marketing program or the marketing, I wanted to plan out a marketing plan for the end of January for Obsessive Aggression. I haven't done it yet. And granted, I've only been at this job, for February. The other time in January was spent stressing about getting a new job. So, plus I was at the cookie place, so that was taking up a lot of my time as well. It's these jobs that take too much of my time. It is. It's going to be me working at the restaurant, probably Friday and Saturday, which, if I'm being honest with you people, the jobs that I'm getting are like shit-ass jobs, right? It's probably not a job that a college graduate should be working. And I'm not saying that to be like a nose up in the air. It's just true. Like, I have a finance degree. Why am I delivering paint for a company? But it really shows how they don't give a fuck about unskilled labor wages. Like, the fact that I'm making $12 an hour to drive a truck around, like, the point I was trying to make was that I can make half the amount of money that I would make in a full week, 40 hours. I could work 10 hours on a Friday and Saturday at Casarino's and make half the amount of money that a 40-hour-a-week job would get me. So that, to me, I've already talked about the idea of the new rich, time and money being a factor of wealth. And to me, that's way more important to me, to have my time. And if I have to find another part-time job, that's cool. I don't mind, but it has to be part-time. It has to be. I can't work all these hours and expect to get anything done. Anything I want to get done is not going to get done unless I'm wholehearted in it. I got to be completely wholeheartedly in it. The last time I fought, aside from that exhibition where I tell that story about how, we all went out and I fought the guy on a half-hour notice. The one that I actually got ready for, that one, I forgot why I'm even bringing up this story. Oh, it's the sheep dip. Fuck it. To be honest. Fuck that whole story that I was going to say, because I forgot it. And it's going to take too much time for me to try and rack my brain to figure it the fuck out. So, anyway, I think that's a great time to stop. I hope you guys enjoy the beginning of your week, the rest of your week. And this is me saying, don't ever do some shit that you don't want to do, especially if it's hindering something that you want to do. You'll figure it out. People broker than me have figured it out. Like, part of this whole process is going broke. And if going broke drives people away from me, drives people out of my life, then that's the risk that I'm taking, because nothing's more important than this to me right now. Nothing. Obviously I care about my loved ones and my friends and all that stuff, but this is the most important thing to me right now, is getting this podcast where I want it to be in the time frame that I want it, or for each time frame, I suppose, and working on my brand, because I have a great idea that's going to change the game. It's definitely going to change the game. So let me not keep you guys anymore. Make sure you go ahead and follow me on Instagram at abarboza000. Follow me on Twitter at the Simian _. Like, comment, subscribe, and share on my YouTube, Tones Production. All those links are in my are in the the bio of the show, of the episode. Fuck, can't get words out. And then if you want to try out some Life Boost coffee, which I think is a good goddamn idea, make sure you use the link. You get half off. I'm giving you guys half off. So use the link in the description of the show. Same thing with obsessive aggression. You need some top quality boxing gloves, 16 ounces. Make sure you check www.obsessiveaggression.com and make sure you follow and subscribe to the show wherever you listen. And that's it, people. Have a great week. Talk to you Thursday. Peace.